Cobra Kai Season 6 Part 2 trailer was recently released, giving us our first look at the fights that will be happening in the Sekai Taikai. It showed how crazy the fights will be this season and the different types of competitions that they will have to go through in the tournament. But we also saw many new characters and some unexpected returning characters. The trailer starts off with a few shots of Barcelona and what looks to be the head of the tournament welcoming all the teams. The trailer then cuts to the Miyagi-Do team all huddled together with Miguel motivating them. We then see Sam fighting against one of the students from Spain's dojo as she scores the point. Dimitri scores a point against one of the Cobra Kai students. In the next shot, Hawk gets kicked by a Cobra Kai student, who is unknown in this shot, but in a later shot we see Yoon fighting Hawk in the same scene. And even though Yoon gets the point here, I still think that Hawk will win the match since the actor for Hawk, Jacob Bertrand, confirmed a few months ago that he will be beating a formidable opponent in the Sekai Taikai, and I could see that happening in this match. We then see Devin falling down in pain, probably losing the fight early on in the tournament. This confirms everyone's theories that Devin was not ready at all for the tournament and could possibly be replaced, but I'll talk about that later on in the video. And in one of the final shots for the opening part of the trailer, we can see Dimitri fighting a student from the Russian dojo and he gets hit with a powerful punch, leaving him in pain. I think this will be as far as Dimitri goes in the Sekai Taikai, and it's where he will get humbled, because coming into the tournament he was very cocky, but I think this will be the fight that humbles him. In the next shot, we see Tori getting flipped over, and then the scene cuts to the female captain of the Spanish dojo, which will be called Iron Dragons. This will probably be the scene where Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do realize that the competition isn't just between the two of them, and they're severely outclassed, which is then proven in the next few scenes.
No way that we can win. At this point, I'd rather not lose any more brain cells.
We knew this wasn't gonna be easy. Cobra Kai is one dojo out of 16. It's not us against them.
We then see a few scenes of Iron Dragon students fighting and the female captain beating another student in the skills competition with a staff. The scene then cuts to Cobra Kai staring at someone with Tori in the front, and this could be Miyagi-Do since we see them in a similar background in the next few shots, which ends with Sam facing off against Tori in the Sekai Taikai. We then see Kwon trying to make Robbie distracted while he's with Tori, which clearly works because in the next shot we see Robbie fighting Tori, and Tori ends up getting the upper hand, kicking Robbie onto the mat. Something that was very easy to miss in this scene is that Kenny is there, and he's wearing a Miyagi-Do gi, which means he decided to return and he somehow got into the Sekai Taikai squad, which most likely means that Devin reveals that she cheated and Kenny takes her spot. But another detail that I found in this scene is that surrounding Robbie and Tori are the rest of the Cobra Kai and Miyagi-Do students. They all look like they're ready to fight, which could mean that this fight here is a contest between two teams where two people are in a circle fighting. Once one of them gets hit, they're eliminated, and another student comes in to fight until the other team is completely eliminated. And in the next scene, we can see that Miyagi-Do is at 11th place with 17 points, and this follows up with Miguel telling Robbie that he's blowing his opportunity at being captain. Since this scene is right after the fight between Robbie and Tori, I'm assuming that they lose that competition, which puts them further down in the leaderboards, and Miguel gets mad at Robbie since he isn't focused. The scene then cuts to Robbie and Miguel facing off against Kwon and another student in a fight, which then cuts to Robbie getting punched in the face by Axel, who is the male captain of the Iron Dragons dojo. Blood spills out of Robbie's mouth, which shows us how much the skill divides in this tournament, and from the looks of it, Iron Dragons is going to be the real problem. The trailer then cuts to Kreese confronting Daniel, telling him that he has a lot to lose, while we see Miguel breaking down crying. I'm not sure what could set Miguel off like this, but it could mean that a major character dies, or at least gets badly hurt. And in the next scene, we see a platform lifted off the ground and the two captains of the Iron Dragons dojo kicking two fighters off the stage. The trailer then cuts to Johnny motivating Miyagi-Do, while there are a few scenes of Miyagi-Do training in different areas around Barcelona. But out of the three students there, only Robbie and Sam are training, while Miguel is standing and watching. This is probably because he isn't captain and Robbie and Sam are training for the finals, but it still wouldn't make sense why he's there then in the first place. And in the next scene, Daniel grabs Kreese and throws him into the wall, glaring at him. I think this has to do with why Miguel was crying, and Kreese did something to anger all of Miyagi-Do, which we see in the next few shots because Robbie looks focused and Miguel looks angry as he kicks down one of the Cobra Kai students. Probably one of the best parts of the trailer has Robbie and Kwon running at each other and jump into a kick, which I think in this case Robbie will land the hit before Kwon. And in the final few shots of this trailer, we see Sam and Hawk fighting together against two Cobra Kai students, beating them, which then cuts to Sam fighting a few Cobra Kai students outside of the tournament. And it looks like she is somehow going to beat them, but Kwon is also in this scene, but it doesn't really look like he's fighting Sam, and I'm not really sure what he's doing since we only get a slight glimpse of the fight. The scene then cuts to Kenny flipping over Dimitri, and I'm assuming they're fighting together since we see Miyagi-Do versus Cobra Kai on the board. In the final 3 shots, we see Tori performing a tornado-like type of kick to knock out the other fighter, which we can see is being televised as the Miyagi-Do students at home react to it. And in the final shot, we see Kreese flipping a knife as the title card fades in. But that's all for today's video. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Comment down below what you thought of the trailer. Turn on the notification bell because I will be uploading lots of Season 6 Part 2 content in the upcoming weeks. If you haven't seen my series where I wrote Cobra Kai Season 6, go watch it right here.